Let's pop that down near the latrine because that seems eminently sensible. That seems like the most perfect place for the tavern is near the latrine for obvious reasons. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dave. Welcome back to the wee hours where I suffer from periodic bouts of insomnia and play games to pass the time. We are back playing Atomic Society. I just want to get a little bit more of a look at this game. We've got a decent town going, but there's a lot of stuff we haven't even poked our noses into yet. We did, in the last episode, get our first punishment building set up. We've built a prison, and actually the prison needs repair. If the repair people would like to get on that, that would be great. There's nobody arrested yet, so there are no murderers, apparently, that we have arrested. That's the sort of the issue that we solved the last time. What do we do about murder? We decided that murder would get a long prison sentence. So we built this prison kind of out on the outskirts of town so people don't have to look at it. And that's where my enforcers from the town hall will take the prisoners who murder people to the prison to be guarded by the prison people, prison wardens, prison guards, whatever they are. Built a first aid tent, built a repair shack, all sorts of other little stuff. Now, I noticed that the food situation is getting a little low here. We are attracting quite a few settlers, and also the entertainment. I have nothing to entertain these people. So let's kind of circle around this way. Let's see what we can do about that. How about we've already built a greenhouse. How about we build a livestock ranch? Butchered meat, a good food source. And let's take that out of town a little bit. I see, maybe we'll do sort of a farmland area over here. I might even drop a new well out here just for fun. You know what? I am going to drop a new well out here just for fun because it's not going to hurt. Actually, let's do something different. Let's do the dew collectors. Yes, let's do that. That'll be neat looking. Oh yeah, that totally looks like a farm area. Yes, okay. Farm in the middle of a tundra. I don't know quite how that works, but sure, what the heck. I wonder if we build and I can't imagine why it wouldn't, if we built a second scavenger hut, if we could kind of double our resources, if we just had more people scavenging. That seems logical. That seems like that would work. I mean, we can keep sending our town leader, Bob's your uncle, to be scavenging stuff. And actually, could you please, Bob? Why don't you, while we're talking about it, why don't you just get your... Oh, leader's inventory is full. Bob, where are you? Where are you, Bob? Bob, I told you to deposit all the materials. This is a wicked glitchy part of this. Bob, the town leaders seem to... No, stop that. Forget to deposit stuff all the time. Okay, did you really do it that time, or did you pretend to do it? You did it that time. Okay, great. Well, don't worry about the scavenging then, because you just dumped a bunch of stuff in there. So, yes, I wonder if we built 2 scavenger huts, does that mean we'll have 8 scavengers rather than 4? That seems eminently logical. The first aid hut is manned. We actually have people incoming. We have some injured and or sick people. And speaking of injured and or sick, we built the crematorium the last time. I understand there's only 4 workers. There's only so much they can do. There's only so many corpses they can lag at any one moment. But boy, there's a lot of dead people over here. I mean, come on, guys. What did you die of? You died of old age. You died of old age. You died of old age. Why did we get all the old settlers? How about some youthful settlers? What did you die of? The plague. Okay, yeah, you know why? Because you're standing in a pile of diseased corpses, you moron. All right, well, you know what might actually help with that is some sanitation. Let's get a latrine going. This will be clean sanitation and more latrines to increase the coverage. Well, let's put the latrine, first of all, a little bit out of town, just for, basic privacy and stuff. And if it's a coverage thing, does that mean in sort of a circle defined by the latrine? Because if so, I'm putting it up here where all the disease is. That seems to make a certain sense. Bobs, what are you doing? Why don't you help build this? Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do that? We'll get the latrine built, and then I wanted to look at another crime and punishment thingamajiggy. Now, what do we want to do? Oh, hang on, we finished building that. Okay, yeah, good. Everybody go. Wow, there's a lot of workers for the livestock ranch. Well, that makes a certain degree of logical sense. It takes a lot of work to take care of all these animals. So all of these folks are going off to work on the ranch, and the new dew collector will get built eventually. Back to crime and punishment. So we built the prison. We could build the punishment center or the info station. I think I'm going to build the info station. Oh, that's a good-looking building. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really neat-looking sort of ramshackle radio tower. Again, we've addressed this in every single episode, and I really hope that after this is, in further development and out of pre-alpha, this gets dealt with in some way. But there is this massive invisible wall around every single building, and you can't tuck these buildings up right next to each other. Like, I desperately want to put that right there. That would make so much sense and make that building feel really, really organic and real. But I can't because there's an invisible wall all the way around the town hall, so I can't. And then there's another invisible wall around this housing, so I can't even put it smack dab in the middle. It is a little limiting. I know we've talked about it every single time, love the fact that I can rotate the building 360, but would love to get rid of this frankly, huge invisible wall around every single building. So, all right, well, I guess it would also make sense that this was sort of on the outskirts of town too, sort of, I guess, welcoming people into town with the info center. That, I can live with that. Oh, what's going on over here? What's this little icon? You're enforcing the law. Are you really? What are you doing exactly? Your personal issue is slavery. Oh, no, you are a slaver. This citizen has captured an unemployed person to use as a personal servant. Their needs decay more slowly. So, okay, wow, there's a lot of consequences to everything that goes on in this game. So you're a slaver, you're a horrible human being, but your needs are decaying more slowly because you have a free servant. This is well thought out. I've got to say, this is really well thought out. So, we'll deal with you in a bit, but so why are you enforcing the law like that? That part I don't get. Are you also one of my enforcers? Have I hired a slaver as one of my enforcers? And if so, I'm not really sure how I feel. Everyone is dying over here. Everyone is dying. I don't really know what to do about that. It's only so fast I can get these buildings up. And are we still encountering the problem with... it needs repair. We've got repair people. Oh my god! They're actually using the house. We touched on this in the last episode. Every time I've played this game, nobody will actually live in the house. Now there's one person living in the house, which is great. Okay, good. So I don't know if that's a glitch that got fixed or if I just was doing something wrong, which is 100% possible. God knows. But okay, great. So people are actually living in the house. Well, that gives me more impetus. Bob, why do you get stuck on these things? Bob, just go. My enforcers are overworked. Build more town halls. Oh, okay. I mean, I will. I would like it if one town hall, kind of was it. That's all I really needed. But that's a little disappointing. I don't want more than one town hall. You don't generally see towns with more than one town hall. It would be nice if maybe there was just a way to increase the number of employees in this town hall. But that's fine. That's fine. Where do we want to put that? Well, let's kind of expand out in this direction because, frankly, everyone seems like they want to hang out over here. So we need a new town hall. You know what? Let the enforcers be overworked for a while. I want to cover some other basics like entertainment because that's getting super, super low right now. So entertainment, I don't know if we have a large amount of options. Theater, chapel, tavern. And not every citizen likes everything. So, I mean, really, you want to build all three. But for right now, we'll start with a tavern because who doesn't like a good drink? And, oh god, the invisible walls. All right, let's pop that down near the latrine because that seems eminently sensible. That seems like the most perfect place for the tavern is near the latrine for obvious reasons. Okay, they're overworked. Oh, good, the info station is done. Good. All right, so Tristan and Mila, you now work at the info station. And boy, all of these enforcers are overworked. Okay, but we can do a new law. So, all right, we've got all sorts of stuff we can deal with. Transgender is still locked. Drug users, vegetarians, euthanasia, slavery. Okay, that's what we got right now. We should probably deal with the whole slavery thing, maybe. But, if your needs are going to decay more slowly, I'm not necessarily opposed to that part of it. Let's deal with something a little more low-key. We kind of did this in the first episode. What are we going to do about the pesky vegetarians? We could execute them. We could absolutely execute them. Vegetarianism is a capital offense, and we will summarily execute you all. I don't really want to encourage them because, well, what happens if I do? Survivors in the Wastelands start hearing rumors that we're a sanctuary here. They can get away with this. We'll be crawling with similar people. I think Atomic Society doesn't like vegetarians because the language is just subtly nasty. What's not to love about people who do this sort of thing? Significantly increases how often this issue occurs in the future. Okay, so obviously, perfect logic here. If we encourage vegetarianism, there's going to be more vegetarians. The only real effect means we're going to have to build more greenhouses because they won't eat meat from the cattle ranch. I think what we will do, now that we have the info station, and we need the info station to do either encourage or tolerate. If we do tolerate, then that will slightly increase how often this issue occurs in the future. Do I want to throw the vegetarians in prison? No. All right, because and just to be very clear, like I said in the first episode of this, if you're a vegetarian, it's totally cool. I'm having fun with a game. I wouldn't really do this to vegetarians in the real world. Let's be very, very clear about that. Let's just tolerate them. Okay, you're tolerated. That's it's about the best I got for you. It's our census stats, which I haven't really ever looked at. There have been 3 murders in the last month. Oh dear. There are 4 slaves and 4 vegetarians that we are now tolerating. There's only 1 drug user and 1 transgender person, so we don't really need to deal with that issue immediately. 4 suicidal people, that's where euthanasia will come into play. There are 5 active slavers. Okay, we should probably deal with the slavery thing. I'm just not 100% sure what to do with that. Okay, I had our leader, Bob's your uncle, just do some real quick scavenging around the area, and while I was doing that, I got a notification that we have imprisoned our first citizen. So, Lila is a murderer, and she is imprisoned. And the prison has adequate food supplies, which is good. Yeah, the prisoners will starve to death if there's not adequate food. Speaking of adequate food, we should actually probably think about that, because we are generating a lot more people. Did that dew collector ever get built, guys? Where did we put the ranch? Yeah, okay. Oh, but we need to employ people in that. We need to employ people. Otherwise, it's not doing a darn thing. Evelyn and Harrison, you're on that. And we need to employ people in the tavern. Can't forget to employ people. Otherwise, it's just a useless building. So 4 people working in the tavern. Good. And let's get another, seeing as we're kind of expanding in this direction, let's get another greenhouse going over here. We do seem to be attracting more than a few citizens. So let's get this going here. Yeah, that makes a degree of sense. Sure, absolutely. Info Center is up, and now we also needed to do yet another town hall. Again, I'm a little disappointed about that. I don't want to build another town hall. I think 1 town hall is sufficient. And while I'm in this area, is there anything in the functional stuff that we're not really doing? Done the repair shack, done the builder's yard, and done the storehouse. No, we're pretty good on that right now. How about in decorative? Artwork, you say? Well, yeah, you know what? I'm not wasting the masonry on that, though. I'm not wasting them. Decorative buildings have a chance to refresh any citizens who walk by them. Being refreshed will give them a small boost to one of their needs. This effect can only occur once every 15 days. Well, that's not very much. I'm debating where my impetus is to do that by giving them a small boost, maybe every 15 days. That's I'm not going to waste materials on that. Unfortunately, the defensive tab is undercoming soon, so I can only assume that means at some point in development we'll reach points where our towns will be attacked, and we're going to have to defend them, which is another neat thing to throw into the mix here. So, town hall. All right, I guess we need another town hall. Let's put it out by the greenhouse, because I don't really want to look at it. I'm gonna say Atomic Society. That's a bit of a disappointment. 1 town hall should suffice. Maybe let me, as we said, maybe let me expand the number of workers I can have in this town hall, and that would solve that problem. But pre-alpha, early development, who knows? Alrighty, got the new town hall built and got people employed in there, so hopefully that will ease up on, well, all the issues with overworked enforcers. Got the greenhouse ticking along. Let's see what else we can do. I think the only other thing that I want to do is put up the last piece of the Crime and Punishment series, if you will, which is the Punishment Center. I'm actually out of masonry. All right, let me do some real quick scavenging and we'll come back to that. Okay, I had Bob's your uncle go out and gather some more stuff, so we should have enough to do the Punishment Center. Oh boy, does that look neat. Oh, I don't actually think we can do anything with this right now because this is still stuff that's sort of coming soon, development, but dang it, I'm building it. I'm building it. Absolutely. So this is the trilogy of the Punishment Center of the Crime and Punishment. We've got the Info Center for tolerating and encouraging people. We've got the prison for imprisoning people. And, oh, wait, we can do something. We could actually, well, all right, let's just get this thing built. Bob, I want this thing built ASAP. Oh, you're already building it. Never mind. Good job. Good job, Bobs. You are a wonderful leader. Let's actually have you just skyrocket through this thing. There you go. Good job, Bob. Build that Punishment Center. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you tell me a town builder that has its own gallows in it. Let's get some people employed here right away. Yep. Jack and Annabelle are going to work at the Punishment Center. So we've got the gallows. I can only assume that in development this will become the flogging area. What a neat game. And with that built, well, you know what? I think we could look at some new laws here. Okay, what issues do we have outstanding to deal with? Well, slavery. That keeps coming up. Apparently, we've got a bunch of slavers in this town. Euthanasia, drug users. Let's deal with the slavery problem. And now that we have our punishment center, we could just start executing them, which again will significantly decrease the amount of times that happens in the future. Or we could, execute innocent people. I'm willing to take the chance as town leader. We're going to be executing all slavers. Here's the thing in Bobsville. If you're into slavery, understand we will kill you. That's just how this town is going to go. Slavery, you're dead. That's all there is to it. We'll tolerate the vegetarians, but we're killing the slavers. And slavery resolved. Execution enacted. I wonder if there'd be anyone who wanted to get arrested for that real quick, just so we could watch an execution. Could that? I don't even know we get to watch it. You know what? I'm going to tick time along and find out. Well, I let a few days go by, and nobody seems to want to arrest anyone for slavery, so we could watch them get executed. I genuinely don't even know if you do get to watch them get executed. I certainly hope you do. Bob, stop being a pain, Bob. Bob, you're just, what are you doing, Bob? There, thank you. I really just want to get a shot of the gallows, Bob. I actually don't know if you can watch people get executed. I certainly hope you do. That would be kind of unfortunate if you go to all this effort to build a crime and punishment game and then the punishment actually happens off screen. So in lieu of that, I've built 2 burning torches out here so everyone will know and fear the punishment center for what it is. Yes, if you see the burning torches, your life just got a lot worse because it probably means you're going to get hanged for being a slaver. So I think this is probably enough of Atomic Society. I think we've got a really good handle on the game. And anything after this is just kind of going to be more of the same, which I'm certainly going to play by myself, but might not be as entertaining to watch. So I hope you enjoyed Atomic Society. Oh, check it. Wow, just in time. The first ever citizen has been executed, and there they are. Look at that. Just in time for the end of the series. That is a perfect ending to Atomic Society. We have executed our first citizen. The first town builder game that I've experienced, and if I'm wrong, correct me, that has real crime and very real punishment in it. So I hope you enjoyed Atomic Society. Until the next time, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time.